What is up, YouTube family and friends? Welcome back to the channel. Exciting stuff tonight because I had two big pieces for the new Buggy show up. And if you guys have been following along, if you guys saw my last video and you guys stuck around for a little bit of the Easter egg, I shared with you that I had some axles that were on the way. Tonight, I am going to reveal those axles to you all, and I am very excited, guys. I'm very excited because this is a huge milestone in this project. Now, the question is, because I did not reveal this in any of my videos, I haven't told anybody except for maybe like 3 or 5 people. There's a very, very select few people who know what I'm about to share with you guys, and that is, you know, what type of axle setup I'm going with the front and with the rear. Am I doing a drag axle? Am I doing rear steer? What is exactly going on? Well, guess what? All that gets unveiled tonight, and you guys are gonna be the first ones to see it here on YouTube. Anyway, the 2 questions of the night are this: what type of axles, and will I have rear steer? Guesses? Well, anyway, let's check them out. So, if those of you who guessed rear steer, guess what? You are right, rear steer. So, I racked my brain for probably about a year, and I was back and forth. Do I do a drag axle? Do I do a rear steer? Do I do a drag axle? Do I do a rear steer? Well, I have a drag axle YJ Buggy here, and the whole idea of this new build was to do something, you know, bigger, better, different, you know, because if I just do the same exact thing, it's kind of like, to a certain extent, almost what's the point? Behind me, I have a pair of Fab axles from Huffman Fab. Jared Huffman, he is the owner of Huffman Fab, and he is based out of Tennessee. Started Huffman Fab sometime back in 2015, and kind of like a lot of us, started as a hobbyist, you know, was doing a lot of this stuff, you know, for himself. Ended up helping, you know, kind of friends and family. Little by little, word spread, and, you know, friends of friends started kind of going to him for some fabrication needs. And before you know it, Huffman Fab is born, and he is doing this full time. Now, back in 2020, he had the idea of doing his own Fab axles, and it took some time and logistics to actually bring that to life, because it is not easy to just do something like this and to do it quality. So I mean, you know, good materials, good welding, good fit up, you know, that takes some time and that takes some planning. Jared, if you're watching, dude, you crushed on these things, man. Thank you so much. You know, these things are a work of art. You know, the welds are really, really nice. When you look at the thing inside and out, you can tell the attention to detail, the quality control. It is absolutely perfect. Now, when you reach out to Jared, or if you go on his website, let's say you're interested in getting these, you know, you could pretty much get it almost like a trail gear axle, where you just get the Fab center with a long, you know, section of tube, and then you can cut it down to length and add your C's if you want to do the full kind of build yourself. You can also get a fully built Fab axle from Jared in any specification you want. So any type of C setup, so whether it's Kingpin, Super Duty, Spider Tracks, you know, you name it, you know, he will, you know, do the full build for you. You know, whatever you want, whatever you desire, whatever your build is, he can do it, and he can do it all. And one of the main things, you know, why I decided to go with his Fab axles, let's say over a trail gear, is he actually incorporates, and I will spin this so you guys can see, a built-in AR steel 1/4 inch skid plate. So in addition to the Fab housing itself, and you can kind of see where it steps up right here, there is a skid plate that is incorporated on the bottom of this thing. So this thing is ready to take a lot of abuse. So what I opted to do is I opted to go a little bit bigger and beefier in the rear for the Buggy. So these are the East Coast Gear Supply KP 540 Cs. Now these Cs are compatible with the Reed Racing Super Kingpin knuckles or the East Coast Gear Supply KP 540 knuckles. I opted to go with the KP 540 setup, so everything that is on the outside, and what I like about that versus the Reed setup is instead of using a unit bearing, you actually use East Coast Gear Supply, you know, kind of full Kingpin setup. So they have a full outer setup that goes with it, you know, spindle hub, all that fun stuff. And it uses basic and similar proprietary Kingpin internal parts, you know, that you would basically pull off the shelf for an average Kingpin. Now, the difference between this and sort of the, you know, smaller stuff that's out there is this is going to be 40 spline. So it'll be 10-inch ring gear, 40 spline inner and outer axle shafts, and then obviously the bigger, beefier C's and knuckle on this particular housing. And then moving into the front, you know, once again, same housing, 10-inch ring gear, Reed Racing knuckles, Reed Racing C's, as well as Reed Racing knuckles. And then it'll be 35 splined inner and outer for this bad boy. Everything in the front and the rear is gonna get 300M, Brannock joints, I'm gonna do Brannock shafts, you know, all the fun stuff, you know, high pinion front, high pinion rear. If you guys have been paying attention, you guys see a fancy little Urban 3D mock-up third member here, which is really, really dope for kind of just, you know, checking pinion angles and clearances and all that kind of fun stuff. So this is going to be a really exciting build. Obviously, triangulated 4-link in the rear, triangulated 4-link in the front. I mean, I am just on a super, you know, cloud 9 moment, you know, with these axles just sitting under this thing. I mean, they just look super cool. And I'm really excited to just get into the suspension geometry. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know I didn't do a lot of kind of fab. It was more just talk and show tonight. But I didn't want to not do that just due to, for me, the milestone that I would say these axles bring to this build. It was just too exciting to not share with you guys. So I appreciate those of you guys who have stuck around this far and listened to me ramble. Thank you guys so much. It has been fun sharing this with y'all. Excited to show you more on the Fab side of what's coming down soon. So definitely don't go anywhere, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys like what you saw. And as always, thanks for stopping by. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next one.